There's a weighty silence in the air when everything starts shifting, not just around you, but within you. You're not just near your breakthrough in terms of time, you're on the edge of transformation in your soul. And the divine whisper in this season is not, "You're slipping," it's "You're shedding." You're releasing the old identities, the expired attachments, the people who cannot walk with you into your next chapter. And though it feels like loss, it's actually evolution. What you're experiencing isn't chaos. It's clarity in disguise. The dismantling of everything familiar is actually the divine blueprint unfolding. This isn't about punishment. This is about placement. You're being relocated internally before the external blessings arrive. Your career might feel unstable. Certain friendships may feel like they're dissolving. You didn't ask for this, but the shift has been ordered. It's all working together to reroute your path into alignment with your purpose. And I know it hurts. Watching what was once stable now fall apart in your hands is not easy. You're feeling the pull, the emotional unraveling, the spiritual stretching. But this is the sacred tension between what was and what will be. That tension means you're in transition. You're not off course, you're being unhooked from your past. The pain is not a sign you're failing, it's a sign you're moving forward. If you said this week, "I feel like I'm losing everything," you're not alone. But here's the truth. Nothing that's meant for your future is being taken from you. What's falling away is what cannot sustain your next level. You're not being emptied, you're being prepared. Sometimes the stripping has to come before the stacking, the release before the reward. You're entering a new territory where peace doesn't depend on outcomes or people. It flows from within. It's not temporary, it's foundational. The type of peace that doesn't need external validation to exist. That kind of inner stillness is already moving in your direction. But it's not arriving before the change. It's coming through the change. The disorientation you feel is the symptom of transformation. You're in the hallway between who you were and who you are becoming. For some, this means saying goodbye to a city, a community, even a family member. The ache you feel isn't just emotional, it's sacred. It's the holy unraveling that comes before divine redirection. You're not being abandoned, you're being realigned. That friend you thought would be with you forever? Gone. That partner you prayed over, invested in, held on to tightly? It's over. And it wasn't your enemy who hurt you. It was someone you loved deeply, someone you trusted. This level of grief isn't weakness, it's sacred strength. You're grieving not just what you lost, but the version of yourself that believed it would always be there. For someone watching, it's not just a person, it's a place. That childhood home, that neighborhood that held all your memories. That spiritual community you once leaned on. The message is clear. It's time to go. Not just to a new zip code, but to a new dimension of living. You're being sent. And though it feels uncomfortable, this move is the midwife of your next miracle. This season isn't about rejection, it's about release. And sometimes what looks like rejection is really divine intervention. You're not being cast out, you're being carried forward. What feels like breaking is actually the birthing of your new self. Every contraction is creating space for your becoming. Let it come, let it stretch you. Just like natural labor, there's a moment after the shaking, the crying, the pushing, when peace enters the room. And suddenly, what felt unbearable transforms into beauty. You may not receive full understanding. You might not get a play-by-play explanation. But what you will receive is a peace that doesn't require logic. That's the kind of peace that is on the way. It doesn't ask for approval. It doesn't depend on people staying or going. It's a peace that steadies your spirit even in the most turbulent transitions. But to receive it, you must allow the shift. Let it strip away what's expired. Let it reintroduce you to the version of yourself that's been hidden under survival mode. What you're stepping into is sacred ground. The terrain may be unfamiliar, but the purpose is clear. And even though it doesn't make sense right now, that's by design. When you're in divine alignment, the blueprint rarely unfolds in a linear fashion. Clarity isn't a prerequisite, trust is. Everything that left, every door that slammed shut, every silence that screamed abandonment, it will all make sense when you step into your new assignment. Suddenly, understanding will flood your heart. Not just clarity, but a peace that whispers, "This is why it had to happen this way." You would have stayed, you would have compromised, you would have chosen comfort over calling, but something greater stepped in. The divine saw ahead and rerouted your life. It's not easy, but it's necessary. And now you're in the middle, not where you used to be, not yet where you're going. But this middle ground is holy ground. This is where faith is no longer a concept. It becomes your compass. It's where trust becomes your vision when sight has failed. This is the incubator of purpose, where you learn to walk forward, not because you see the path, but because you trust the one guiding you through it. So yes, it's painful. Yes, it's confusing, but don't mislabel this season. It's not destruction. It's divine correction. You are being positioned for something you didn't even know you were ready for. You're not losing, you're being preserved. Peace is coming. The kind that surpasses understanding. The kind that builds within you, even as things fall apart around you. This peace won't wait for circumstances to improve. It will meet you in the mess, in the shift, in the silence, and it will hold you steady. So breathe, release. Let the divine do what only it can do. You're not being punished, you're being propelled. And on the other side of this is your next level, your true alignment, your sacred assignment. Keep walking. Peace is already on the way. And now repeat this prayer with me. I release every weight, every fear, and every doubt that has tried to convince me I'm falling apart. I speak peace over my life, peace that isn't shaken by circumstances. May clarity begin to rise in the fog of confusion. Let me trust the process even when I don't understand the path. Let my spirit lean into the unseen with boldness. Dear God, I release the people, places, and patterns that no longer serve my higher calling. I give myself permission to let go of what I thought would last forever. Let every painful goodbye be a holy gateway into something better. I open my hands, ready to receive what's truly aligned with my purpose. May my heart not grow bitter from betrayal, but stronger in wisdom. Let me discern what is for me and gracefully detach from what is not. I pray for the courage to walk away from what's familiar and the faith to step into the unknown. Let divine timing order every step I take. Wrap me in peace that doesn't need a reason, the kind that allows me to rest even while the winds of change swirl around me. Restore the broken pieces of my identity and show me that every ending is really a beginning in disguise. Let me see myself as whole even in the middle of transformation. Lord, may every closed door be a redirect, not a rejection. May every delay be divine protection. Teach me to surrender the timeline and trust the outcome. Thank you for the stretching, for the growth, for the clarity that is coming. I receive peace, alignment, and wholeness. It is already done. Amen.